How's it going, guys? I'm KTO, and today it's time to put Tom Brady to the ultimate test. How would he do if he played for the Browns last season? This video has a ton of information, so let's just jump right into it. I hope you enjoy. Boomer Esiason said the Browns would have gone undefeated if they had Tom Brady. Now to me, that's a little ridiculous. That's not realistic. But it made me think, what if Tom Brady did play for the Browns? It's an interesting idea, and it's something I decided to explore. Tom Brady has had a legendary career, a legacy that will forever be cemented as one of the greatest, and in my mind, the greatest quarterback to ever play the game. But now, I want to put him to the ultimate test. How much would he change the 2016 Cleveland Browns? A team who struggled mightily and only managed one win. Also considered one of the worst rosters of all time. In this scenario, this is a one-year hypothetical simulation. But remember, he still has to serve a 4-game suspension. And here's how we're going to go about this. I'm going to give you 3 different simulations. First up will be my opinion on what could possibly take place. And second, I will do a simulation through the website whatifsports.com. On this site, you can make hypothetical teams and simulate them versus actual teams. And it does pretty good for simulations. It's actually affiliated with Fox Sports, and I highly recommend it. And for the last simulation, I teamed up with fellow YouTuber Beard Mobox, and he will give you his opinion on the matter and do a Madden simulation on what would happen. So, the first thing to realize from this trade would be the immediate change in culture that Brady will bring to Cleveland. Multiple teammates of Brady have talked about his ridiculous work ethic and passion for the game. Starting day one, this will be wired into his new teammates, and his mindset will be somewhat contagious. Now, this doesn't mean everyone's going to change and the Browns will become a dominant force, but it is a start, however. This also means they will most likely design an offense suited around what Brady wants and how he likes to play. Brady will have quite a bit of power and decision making when it comes to this. Although Hugh Jackson is a smart offensive mind, they will work something out. Meanwhile, in New England, I'm not sure how Belichick and this team will respond to Tom being gone, but they will focus heavily on getting Garoppolo ready to go, much like the start of the 2016 season. And you saw how that went. Actually, very well. So now, let's jump right into this and go straight through the first 4 games. Nothing's gonna change. Brady didn't play in real life for the Pats, and he'll be suspended for the Browns. So the Browns will start 0-4, the Patriots will start 3-1. But this is where things start to get interesting. In Brady's debut, he will play against the Patriots, of all teams. A storybook type moment. I imagine the stands being filled with every Brady fan ever, tearing up at the sight of him, not in a Patriots jersey, but in a Browns jersey of all teams. This will also be pretty much the first time in my lifetime networks willingly give the Browns a spot on national TV. But moving on to the game, with Brissett struggling with inexperience and dealing with the injured thumb, and on the opposite side, Brady will take total command of this offense. And I see Cleveland winning this game. Remember, Brissett had a rough outing the week before, and has a lot of pressure on him with the loss of Brady and Garoppolo. So now let's fast forward to the end of the season. The Browns ultimately finished 6-10, giving them 5 more wins with Brady. I saw a lot of close games for Cleveland that they almost won anyway, and if they had someone like Brady, that would have most likely put him over the edge. But 6-10 definitely doesn't justify getting Brady, as they still finished last in the AFC North. As for the Patriots, they go 11-5, a -3 difference without Brady. And this is mostly for the respect of how Belichick can game plan, and what he did with Matt Castle the year Brady was out. So I feel the 11 games is justified. But that still barely wins the division over the Dolphins. And here's how the season finishes. I see the Patriots losing in the divisional round, leading to a Chiefs and Steelers AFC Championship. And ultimately, Super Bowl 51 will be the Steelers and the Falcons. With this time around, the Falcons don't blow a 25-point lead and prevail in the end. Now, we move on to our What If Sports simulation. And when looking at the simulation, I simmed a full season twice after the first 4 games. One with a balanced offensive attack, and one that favors pass. And in both simulations, the Browns still lose to the Patriots. But for how the season turns out, the Browns will go 3-13 with the balanced offense, and they'll go 5-11 with the favored pass offense, taking the average of 4-12, better than 1-15, but doesn't justify getting Tom Brady. Now moving on to the Patriots side of things, keep in mind Garoppolo was injured week 3 with a grade 2 AC joint injury, and that means he's going to be out approximately 4 games. And here's the 2 records I got from the 2 simulations, 8-8 and 9-7. And in both scenarios, they will miss the playoffs, which is actually insane to me. I don't know if they would have that type of meltdown. And ultimately, the Falcons will prevail in this scenario. Sorry, Falcons fans. What could have been. Now we move on to our third and final sim. I'm going to turn it over to Beard Mobox.
So I'm Beard Mobox and I'm going to be conducting this Brady Browns experiment here on Madden 17. To avoid any user bias, I made sure to be controlling a different team whilst doing the simulations so that Madden didn't tip it in one way or the other based on the team that I selected. And I also did a couple of simulations for each scenario so that we didn't just get one fluke result. So let's take a look at what Madden 17 thinks the difference will be if Brady played for the Browns, and we start by looking at Madden 17 simulations if nothing was different. So in the first year's simulation, Tom Brady won NFL MVP. No Browns player won any end of season awards, and the Patriots finished 12-4 with their first seed in the AFC, and the Browns finished third from the bottom at 4-12 with the Bears and 49ers below them. And the Patriots then also made it all the way to the Super Bowl, losing 24-21 to the Packers, with Brady retiring after that season. So like I said, I then did a second simulation of that same scenario. The Patriots again had the number 1 seed with an 11-5 record, a record they shared with 8 different teams, bizarrely. The Browns this time finished dead last with a 2-14 record. Again, Tom Brady won NFL MVP, but this is what we're all here for, the simulations with Brady on the Browns. So we now know what it looks like when it's nothing changed. Now Brady on the Browns. The Patriots made the playoffs, but only as a wildcard team, finishing 9-6-1, but lost 31-7 to the Chiefs in the divisional round after beating the Chargers. The Browns finished 6-10, with 7 teams doing worse, and for some reason the knock-on effect was also that the Broncos only won 1 game that year. On the Browns, Brady didn't make the top 10 for MVP, Aaron Rodgers won it and came in 6th in Offensive Player of the Year. Now for the second simulation, Jimmy Garoppolo finished 2 places above Brady in MVP voting, coming in at 4th, and Drew Brees won. And the fake Patriots head coach Griffin Murphy won Coach of the Year. Tom Brady won Offensive Player of the Year, Jimmy Garoppolo came in 3rd. The second year with Brady on the Browns is exactly what I expected out of the simulation, both the Patriots and Browns making the playoffs, and all years except for the redo there was a clear trend of more receivers going to the Pro Bowl when Brady was on the team. More Patriots receivers went to the Pro Bowl with him on the team, more Browns receivers went to the Pro Bowl when he was on the team. So I think what these simulations told us, we can expect Brady to make those around him better, but the Browns do have a deficit of talent at the moment, especially on defense, as they are at the dawn of their rebuilding era. So Brady, I don't think, could make a big enough difference for that team, and they certainly wouldn't be going undefeated with him.
So there you have it. You have 3 different simulations, all telling about the same result. The Browns will get a little bit better with Brady, and the Patriots will get a little worse without Brady. That's pretty broad, but it's true. The Browns improved by about 4 or 5 wins on average with Brady, whereas the Patriots kind of bounced around. Sometimes they didn't make the playoffs, sometimes they did. But anyways, it was an interesting experiment nonetheless. And before I forget, make sure to check out Beard Mobox's channel. I'm gonna leave his link in the description down below. Check him out. He uploads like 4 times a week. So have a good one, and I'll catch you in my next video.